Clekis from the Clekis Law Firm is joining us now to talk about accidents and injuries. You guys, you and your firm have been here for a number of years.
Since 1988.
1988. I'm sure you've seen and dealt with and have represented a lot of people that have been in automobile accidents. Auto insurance, how does it relate to accidents? Because a lot of people may not have enough insurance, or they may have too much insurance.
Right, or they don't know what they're really getting or what they need. You know, minimum limits in South Carolina are 25, 50, 25. Well, what does that really mean?
Sure.
That means that if you're in an accident, one person could get up to $25,000, but no more than $50,000 in any one accident. So if, let's say, there are two people that are catastrophically injured, they could get 25 each. But if there are 5, they could only get 10 for a total of 50, and so on.
Wow.
So, you know, the minimum limit's 25, 50 is a total of 50 per incident. Also, you know, uninsured motorist coverage is mandatory. So that comes as part of your policy, and it usually mirrors what your minimum limits are. So if you have 25, 50, your uninsured motorist is 25, 50.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? You get hit by somebody that doesn't have insurance, your insurance kicks in because they're uninsured.
Yeah, which seems kind of unfair, but I mean, it is the law.
But it's not a chargeable accident to you. Your rates don't go up. They step into the shoes of the at-fault party. Now, the optional coverage is the underinsured motorist coverage, and a lot of people may not buy that.
Very, very important, because the person may be insured, but they may have the absolute minimal amount of insurance. So you're paying a little bit more for your insurance policy to help if you are in an accident and that person is underinsured. They're going to be at a good level.
So if you get into an accident with somebody that has 25,000 and you have catastrophic injuries, traumatic brain injury, disc surgery, all you have available is that 25. If you have underinsured at 25, then there's another 25 on top, and so then you have 50 at play. So that's the minimum. And so I don't know if they can zoom in on this or not, but you know, this basically shows a policy with uninsured, underinsured, medical payment, and some other things, but that's at the very minimum at 25.50. Here's a policy that is a Mac Daddy policy. It's a $250, $500 policy with $5,000 in MedPay. So why would you have this? What's the difference? A couple of things to know. One, if you're somebody that has assets, you own a home, you own a business, you have things, and, you know, God forbid you're in an accident, you're at fault, and you kill somebody or kill a family or whatever, that 25 may not be enough. You may get sued, and they may take your house, your business, or your assets.
Everything that you've worked for.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you get increased coverage, and 250 is a lot, but, you know, some people rather have the coverage than have the exposure.
Because, I mean, if we look at minimum coverage, 25, 50, 25, that is really not that much coverage.
No, it used to be 15, 30, and they just raised it to 25, 50 not too long ago.
But to pay for hospital bills, I mean, even some of the smallest things can cost 20, 25,000. So it behooves somebody to really get the Cadillac or the top policy within their means, of course.
Right, and then if you want to get an umbrella policy, like $1 million umbrella, you need to have the stepped up coverage. Because, you know, nowadays, you think about a BMW or a Mercedes, you bump them, you're going to have $25,000 in damage.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So let me talk about one thing that a lot of people don't know about, and it's on these policies. It's called MedPay. Sometimes it's called an economic loss benefit, or PIP, personal injury protection, and it's a great part of the policy. It's a no-fault policy. So the way it works is, let's say this policy has 5,000, this policy has 2,000 in MedPay. So if, let's say, you're driving down the road and
a couple seconds left. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And you're texting, you get into an accident, they'll give you that $2,000.
Wow.
And if you're not at fault and you're in an accident, they'll still give you the $2,000, and the lawyers don't get any of that money, and the other side doesn't get an offset. You get that money straight away.
Somebody's in a traffic accident, they need to take care of themselves physically. Next thing they need to do is give you a call. How can we get a hold of you?
Call me anytime. Either 1-800-INJURED or 843-720-3737.
Nick, always a pleasure.
Good to see you, Tom.
Good to have you here
Thanks.
with us. Now over to Aaron.